Each year, the senior class decides which teacher will address their class. This year, the class of 2007 has chosen faculty member Mr. Greg Cockhan. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Greg Cockhan.
All right, Greg, here we go. This is really happening, so don't mess this up. Thanks, Berno. Thanks a lot. This should really be you up here. How did I get myself into this? Yeah, right, Conroy. Sure, this is going to be good for me. The last time I took advice this bad, Olin and Reed had me joining Match.com. Okay, Greg, focus. No bubble. No bubble. Just pretend everyone in the audience is in their underwear. Nobody ever remembers these speeches. It's going to be okay. Just keep breathing. Just keep breathing. Here goes nothing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, and class of 2007. And you seniors thought you were done with the economic lectures. Just kidding. Being a teacher is the best job in the world, simply because we get to serve others. We get to see students come in as awkward 9th graders and leave as fully functioning adults. Okay, maybe not fully functioning, but at least as close as we can get them. Along this journey of growth, we teachers get occasional glimpses into our students' lives. Sometimes there are happy moments, like watching them perform in a play or getting a best time in a race. But all too often, the moments are not so enjoyable. Some of these students have dealt with more hardships in their 18 years than a person should have to deal with in their lifetime. I would like to talk about seeing these hardships in a new light. I am certain that we will all be tested in our lifetimes. I know, just what you want to hear considering you're supposed to be done with high school and all this testing. However, the tests that I'm talking about are not the kind you can study for. The best you can do is prepare your state of mind. What does that mean, prepare your state of mind? Well, let's start with the small issues, like an 8 a.m. geography class in college. Rather than seeing that class as a curse, think of it in a positive way. 8 a.m. class? Great! I can get my class out of the way early and have time to get to the gym. Instead of seeing your micromanaging boss, or parents, as a burden, try to see the situation as an opportunity to work on your communication skills and your patience. If you prepare yourself to handle the small issues in life with a new positive perspective, you will hopefully be able to handle larger complications with the same class. Instead of seeing an illness or death in the family as a reason to give up, you will see it as a reason to reflect upon and appreciate what you have and live each day to the fullest. I think we could all benefit from slowing down our fast-paced lives, taking a few deep breaths, and reflecting before we react. Part of me wishes I could tell you that you will never have to experience hardships, but the other part of me knows that the trials and tribulations we all have to face will make us more compassionate and caring human beings in the long run. Your job is to go prepare yourself for whatever opportunities life may throw at you. Notice, I didn't say whatever problems life may throw your way. The way you react to those opportunities will be how you develop and others recognize your character. Another topic I would like to discuss is living your life with hope instead of with the fear of failure. Too often, we play it safe, because in doing so, our chances of being hurt are minimized. However, this also limits our chance of growth. Now, if there's a section in this speech that's pure hypocrisy, this is it. I have lived way too much of my life with the fear of failure, but that also makes me an expert on telling you why you shouldn't do this. I'm trying to change. That's largely why I'm doing this speech. I had a fear of public speaking, so I stayed away from it and I never got better. Then I just made up my mind to try. Okay, Berno and Conroy might have had something to do with it, but What's the worst that could happen? I didn't trip on the way up to the microphone. Sure, I could still vomit or faint at some point. So what? Too often, I think society tries to protect us from failures. But failure is a great way to learn. In the words of the Disney movie Meet the Robinsons, the key is to keep moving forward. If you fail at something, learn from it and keep moving forward. I don't want you to take this as a recommendation to do stupid things. What I'm saying is that it's okay for you to take calculated risks. We have some squirrels on our high school campus that demonstrate taking calculated risks and living life with hope. I have often walked through the courtyard and seen muffins and other food items dropping from the trees. Our squirrels know that the chances of carrying these large food items safely into their homes is next to impossible. But they still try to accomplish the impossible. They don't let the fear of failure stop them because they know the joy comes in attempting the impossible. It lets them know they are alive, at least until the play catches up to them. The last point I would like to elaborate on is something my 6-year-old nephew Ben told me. I asked him, if you were giving a speech to a bunch of my students, what would you tell them? He stalled for contemplation time by licking his raspberry sorbet and then said, "Don't be bad." In other words, be good to one another. I know it sounds too simple to be in a graduation speech, but sometimes with the speed of life and the many distractions, we forget to be kind to one another. I hope that as you make your way through this world, you will remember that connections to each other are what count. The oft-quoted Anonymous once said, "Each day, God gives us a gift. That is why it is called the present." So in closing, please make use of this present of the present to prepare your state of mind to see problems as opportunities, live your life with hope, and be good to one another. Good luck, class of 2007.